Welcome to the first Supa Liga match of the day. We have the Women's Supa Liga with the Perth Pumas against the West Coast Cobras. Perth Pumas in the pink kit, West Coast Cobras are wearing green. Lineups for today, we have for the Perth Pumas, number 8, Abby Meekins, number 1, Shivani Battaglia, number 12, Zoe Spadano, number 5, Jessica John, number 7, Abby Woolley, number 15, Piper Boubier, number 19, Jess Byrne, number 20, Jamie Duncanson, number 3, Katie Ritchie. And for the West Coast Cobras lineup, we have number 1, Annie Leyland, number 3, Sarah Renew, number 32, Eleanor Bates, number 11, Lauren Contenaboli, number 24, Quinn Dunn, number 29, Jane Woodley, apologies, number 7, Marco Kant, number 13, Lily Chow, and number 42, Hafsa Kaiti. And Zoe Spadano just putting the ball off Ridley's legs there for a Perth Pumas side kick in. Plays John, across the court to Woolley. Little lap from John, across Woolley, brings the ball all the way back. Oh, and tries to play a big one over the top. Sending it into the West Coast Cobras bench. Bates trying to send the ball over the top. A little bit of a missed kick. Falls at the feet of Woolley. John tries to play the ball through Ridley. Just kicks it out for a Perth Pumas ball. John plays forward for Meekins. Against Bates. Ball across for Woolley. Get the shots on. Just off the hands of Annie Leyland for a Perth Pumas corner. Woolley on the corner. Spadano coming in for a kick. Oh, and a missed kick from Woolley. Spadano really just wanted a little touch there that she could shoot first time. I think Woolley might have had a rolling ball anyway. Turn over to the West Coast Cobras. Leyland now. Ball over the top for Ridley. Woolley and John doubling up the tackle. Cobras again from the side. Quindan. Oh, a little fake against Spadano. Spadano still wins the ball. Meekins and Spadano. Quinn doing an excellent job holding Spadano up so she can't go forward with a 2v1 against Bates. Oh, and Spadano does a great job cutting the ball out from Leyland. The game's just stopped because of a shin pad strap that fell on the court. Could be potentially dangerous. John plays forward to Spadano. Spadano goes backwards, back to John. John sucks Ridley in and plays Spadano, who gets through. Oh, and a great little touch from Spadano. Just put off target by Leyland. Pumas now with a corner kick. John, oh, great ball to the back post. Fortunately, Meekins just not quite paying attention. Leyland now, big ball over the top again. This time for Kant. John cuts it out. Meekins on the ball, on a ball over the top for Spadano, who's just chested the ball into her own hand, giving the West Coast Cobras a free kick. Bates looking forwards. Ball across for Kant. Kant against Woolley. Woolley's pressing in. Meekins cuts off the pass back to Bates, and somehow can't get out of it. Meekins just stopped cutting the pass to Bates for a split second, letting Can't get out of the press. No, tries to play to the volley. Up having to play around with it at the back. Great little rotations from the Perth Pumas. And pass from Meekins for Willie, cut out by Ridley. On the forwards momentum stopped for the West Coast Cobras when the ball goes out off the feet of Bates. Giving the Perth Pumas a kick in. Oh, and another miss kick to Spadano from Woolley. Giving the West Coast Cobras their side kick in. Can't. Plays Bates. Trying to play a ball through the middle. Spadano now going forwards. 1v1 against Bates. A little touch around. Oh, it's just out of her reach. Some great attacking plays from the Perth Pumas so far in the first 5 or so minutes of this match. Oh, and Meekins shoots just right of the post. Ridley on the ball, faces forwards against Spadano. Spadano going forwards. On the ball now. Plays back to Woolley. Again to Spadano, facing forwards against Ranieri. Ball to the other side, Meekins. Oh, and Woolley right through the middle to the feet of Jan. Jan can't quite hold it up against Ridley and Ranieri. Oh, and a great ball over the top from Continaboli for Can't. She just touched it out of her reach into the hands of Battaglia for the Perth Pumas. Oh, and another great ball from the Perth Pumas by Spadano for Meekins. Corner. Woolley looking to take a shot first touch. Sends it high over the bar. Two great attacking passages from each team. Kaiti now stepping on the court for the West Coast Cobras. As well as Jess Byrne for the Perth Pumas. Both teams making one sub. Spadano crosses the ball for Meekins. Oh, and it's a good block by Ranieri. Stopping the Perth Pumas. Getting a shot against Annie Leyland. Spadano doing a great job controlling the game for the Perth Pumas at this stage. Oh, and a good run from Spadano. Oh, the ball down the line just a little bit to the right, out of the reach of Spadano before it went out. Good run from Kaiti. Moving the defender out of the way so that Ranieri could comfortably receive the ball from the side kick in. Taglia. Byrne. Up against Ridley. Great ball across the court for Spadano. Oh, and that's a beautiful flick from Spadano. Oh, and Byrne couldn't quite get the ball under control. Leyland throwing long. Too long. She sent it out of the court for a Perth Pumas side kick in. Byrne on the ball. And Boubier stepping on the court for the Perth Pumas against Bates. Dispossessed by Bates. Meekins picking up the crumbs, keeping the ball in the Pumas' possession. On ball across the court from Spadano, cut out by Ridley, which does a great job recovering for a 2v1 against Ranieri. Oh, and the ball from Spadano to the back post, just missed by Boubier with a little tap in. Leyland opting to go over the top again, sending it just a little too long for Continaboli. Boubier plays Spadano in the middle of the court. Cal stepping on the court now for the West Coast Cobras. Boubier sends the ball to Byrne. Takes a little touch across the court to Spadano. That's a great block by Cal for the West Coast Cobras. Zoe Spadano, as the Cobras probably know, is extremely dangerous in those areas if you give her a shot on goal. Cal against Spadano. Spadano with a great little turn with the ball. Boubier, Spadano against Cal again. Ball to the right for Byrne. Into the middle on its beautiful little 1-2. Byrne just can't quite get on the end of it. Spadano, little fake shot. And it's sent all the way back to the other end of the court by Cal for a Perth Pumas kick in. Spadano on the ball. Little ball over the top for the runner Boubier. Oh, and Spadano cuts out the pass from Leyland to Bates. Ball sent straight out of the court for a Perth Pumas kick in. Boubier takes the kick in to Spadano, down the line for Byrne, and a nice little ball in the middle. Maybe a bit too hard to control for Meekins. On the shot from Boubier, just off the hands of Annie Leyland, who seems to have hit her head on the back of the goal. Hopefully she's all right. Sorry for anyone who's listening. Apparently there are issues with the microphone not sounding very smooth. My apologies. I will try my best not to move it around for you. My apologies also, we don't have the instant replay working today to replay that goal for you. Spadano now against Ridley. Little ball to Boubier. It's just out of reach of Boubier's run. Bates. Oh, great little ball across the court. Oh, just out of reach of Continaboli's run. Ridley pressing up nice and high. Ritchie now on the court for the Perth Pumas. Ball over the top from Leyland to Ridley. Dispossessed by Byrne. Played back to Spadano. Little ball through the middle for Boubier. Pops it back out for Spadano. Byrne. Back across for Spadano against Doan. Oh, and the ball. Don't think Spadano expected Byrne to make that run forwards. He's just trying to play to where she was. Ridley on the ball, run forwards from Continaboli. Quinn tries to play a ball through, cut out by Spadano. Still a West Coast Cobras side kick in. Chance here for the West Coast Cobras to bring the score to 1-1. Bates, left foot. Oh, that's a great chance for the West Coast Cobras. Little left foot from Bates. Continaboli making her way into the D to pick up any rebound off Battaglia's hands. Sorry, the referee's just talking to Continaboli. Can't quite hear what the issue is. So West Coast Cobras corner, and Bates can't quite get the ball out from under her feet. Duan can't quite get the ball under control. Ball's now with Byrne. Great little turn from Byrne, getting herself out of trouble. Back to Spadano. Byrne again. Spadano with a nice little run forwards. Ritchie. And the ball's back at the feet of the Cobras. Continaboli now. With Dawn at the back post. Oh, and the ball. The ball across the face is got a slight angle backwards on it. Can't quite find the feet of Dawn. Ridley pressing Spadano. Ridley still on the ball. Ritchie trying to play a ball over Spadano. Ridley. It's Dawn. Oh, and a little touch from Spadano puts Perth Pumas back in possession. Oh, and a cut-out pass by Eleanor Bates for the West Coast Cobras, and she gets a volley off, sends it just left of the post. Meekins looking for Spadano at the back post. Ridley now going forwards for the West Coast Cobras. Passing to, I think she might have thought Abby Meekins from the Perth Pumas was Continaboli. Ranieri plays back for Continaboli, but it's just short, can be easily picked up by Meekins. Ritchie just takes a slightly off touch, sending the ball to Ridley's feet. Ball across the court from Ranieri to Bates over the top. And it's sent out for a Perth Pumas goalkeeper throw. Battaglia dropping the ball at Byrne's feet. Ritchie plays back to Byrne. Across the court to Woolley. Woolley facing forward against Ranieri. Ranieri, great job cutting out that pass. Ridley can't quite turn on Meekins. Ritchie, a beautiful little touch to Meekins. Sends it way over to the other side, looking for the runner, Woolley. That is a timeout. Just been called for the West Coast Cobras. With 4 minutes 26 remaining in this half. Fortunately, my timer is just out. We'll adjust it for you. Both teams playing an aggressively attacking game. West Coast Cobras opting more for the balls over the top to their pivot, Jana Ridley. The Perth Pumas passing the ball around, trying to open up passing channels so they can cut through the West Coast Cobras defence. It's 1-0 to the Perth Pumas at the moment. Goal scorer is number 15, Piper Boubier. I dare say the instructions on the West Coast Cobras bench right now will be to press the ball, cut passing channels, and make sure that the Perth Pumas can't get the ball out of their own half. West Coast Cobras really want to score at least one goal in the last 4 minutes of this half. Go into the second half with a clean 1-1 slate. Continaboli on the ball for the West Coast Cobras. Ball in the middle to Ridley. Continaboli moving forwards. Ridley following up the ball, doing a great job, putting great pressure on Jessica John. And that's a free kick to the Perth Pumas. I think Ridley might have been using her hands. Ball from John to Woolley in the middle for Meekins. Little touch out for Woolley again. Shot from Woolley. Sent out by Annie Leyland. Oh, very hard shot from Meekins, sent over the bar. Leyland now. Ball through the middle for Ridley. Doing great work as the West Coast Cobras pivot. Receiving the ball, holding it up, playing it out. On the ball from Ridley to Continaboli. Just sent out. And it would appear that my prediction was wrong and the West Coast Cobras were not instructed to press for the remaining 4 minutes of the half during their timeout. I think I just heard Annie Leyland tell everyone to drop off when the Perth Pumas won that ball back. Battaglia sending a ball over for Meekins. Ritchie plays Meekins again. On Meekins trying to go through Ranieri. Meekins on the free kick. Little ball across to Woolley with the shot. She sends it straight out for a West Coast Cobras goalkeeper throw. We got 20 more seconds of this half before stop clock begins. Ridley now 1v1 against Battaglia on the shot off her left foot. Just sent left of the goalpost. Woolley getting past Kant to receive the ball from Battaglia. And a left foot shot from Woolley. Blocked by Bates. And Ridley blocks out the pass to Meekins. Ridley again. Ritchie just sat around Ridley. John sends it in the middle to Meekins. Does a great job putting the ball up. Oh, and the shot from Abby Meekins just over the head of Leyland. Putting Perth Pumas up 2-0 with only a minute 37 left of this half. Bates now on the ball. Leyland's gone forwards for a fifth man play for the West Coast Cobras. Really want a goal going into the second half. Do not want to walk into that second half 2-0 down. Make it very difficult for the West Coast Cobras. Leyland now going forwards. Kant on the ball. Ritchie pressing Continaboli. Bates, Continaboli. Bates again. Perth Pumas defenders very deep for this fifth man play. Letting the West Coast Cobras play the ball across the court, and a great little diagonal pass from Bates to Leyland. On Leyland, does a great job getting herself in the way of Meekins' shot. Ritchie on the ball for the corner kick in for the Perth Pumas. Just John's touch. Goes around Bates. Sends the ball through to Kant from the West Coast Cobras. On Kant. Just sends it out off the foot of Continaboli. Kant again blocking the pass. Continaboli. Bates holding the ball up, waiting for Annie Leyland to make her way forwards. Oh, and the ball cut out from Bates, looking for Kant, cut out by Woolley. Leyland's making her way up. Continental now in the middle. That fixo position, controlling the game for the West Coast Cobras. Opts to play the ball straight down for Annie Leyland. Battaglia with a shot. Sends it out for a side kick in from the West Coast Cobras. 12 seconds left on the clock. About time for one more play from the West Coast Cobras. Bates, diagonal ball to Kant. In the line of Ridley. Ball blocked by John. And that is the halftime whistle. Score at the moment is 2-0 to the Perth Pumas. Goal for Piper Boubier and Abby Meekins. West Coast Cobras will go into the second half 2-0 down. Be interesting to see if they continue their fifth man play. And I think I might have just heard them say that they will be continuing their fifth man into the half. Going to take a quick break with a few ads and we will be back for the second half of this Women's Super Liga game against Perth Pumas and the West Coast Cobras.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week at Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
Welcome back to the Women's Super Liga match. This is the second half. We have the Perth Pumas against the West Coast Cobras. The score going into the second half is 2-0 to the Perth Pumas. Piper Boubier and Abby Meekins, the goal scorers for the Pumas side. Just at the end of the first half, we saw the West Coast Cobras doing a bit of fifth man, trying to get a goal back. And they were unfortunate not to get a goal out of it. They had a few good opportunities. Both teams making great opportunities for themselves. Taglia. Just Burn on the ball. Meekins with a little missed touch, gives the ball to Kant. Bates now going forwards for the West Coast Cobras. And it's out for a goalkeeper throw from the Perth Pumas. Taglia plays the feet of Burn. Burn, no pressure. Plays Spadano, Zoe Spadano. Back on the court for the Perth Pumas. Oh, and a great little ball from Byrne for Spadano at the back post. Oh, Annie Leyland with the slide, stopping the Perth Pumas, bringing the score to 3-0 at the start of this second half. My apologies, I'm just fiddling with the timer, trying to catch it up to the match. Perth Pumas with a corner kick. Corner taken by Boubier. Nice little dummy from Woolley, shot by Byrne. Rebounds off Ridley to the feet of Spadano. Little flick into the middle from Woolley. Spadano ends up with the ball at her feet. Sends it wide for Byrne. Byrne looking across the court for Woolley. Cut out by Kant. Kant against Woolley. Kant ends up with the ball. Bates, ball over the top for Continaboli, and that's a great ball from Bates. Continaboli choosing to volley it. Sends it over the goal. West Coast Cobras still not pressing the Perth Pumas, despite being down 2-0 going into this half. Spadano plays Byrne. Byrne against Ranieri. Woolley. Perth Pumas moving the ball around until they find that little passing channel between the West Coast Cobras defenders. Byrne does well to keep the ball. Spadano going backwards, trying to draw in the West Coast Cobras defenders. And the ball into the middle, cut out by Kant. Continaboli now going forwards. Blocked by Abby Woolley for the Perth Pumas. Kant on the side kick in, sorry. Continaboli, nice little turn, ball to Bates, over the top. Looking for Ranieri, kept out by Byrne. The ball from Boubier, cut out by Bates. Oh, and Ranieri. It's a great run from Kant. Could see the idea in Ranieri's mind. Just cut out by the Perth Pumas. Kiati back on the court for the West Coast Cobras. One of the younger members of the Cobras Women's Super Liga side. Pressing the ball now against Woolley. Byrne sends it down the line for Boubier. Byrne again. Woolley. Oh, and a great cutout by Kiati. And Continaboli cutting out that diagonal ball again. Woolley just dispossesses Kiati, and that's a hard shot from Woolley, saved by Annie Leyland. Bates to the feet of Continaboli. Across the court to Ranieri with a run down the line. Battaglia easily takes it in her hands. Spadano now. Woolley across the court. Down the line for Byrne, into the middle for Spadano again. Spadano can't quite get the shot off. Ranieri running forwards. Oh, and a great ball from Continaboli. Just not quite in the line of Ranieri's run. Oh, Bates on the ball, being pressed by Spadano and Woolley. Sends it out for a Perth Pumas side kick in. Woolley, Byrne. Little flick down the line for Woolley. Oh, and she sends it hard across the court. Not quite to the feet of Boubier. Ridley back on the court for the West Coast Cobras. Been doing some excellent pivot work for them in this game. Oh, and a little missed pass by Bates, blocked by Woolley. And she's done a great job recovering for the West Coast Cobras, getting possession back. Kiati keeps the ball. Bates down the line for Woolley. For Ridley, sorry. Kiardi. Oh, and she's looking for the feet of Ridley. Just didn't quite weight the pass correctly. Battaglia, high ball over the top. Just skims the head of Meekins to the hands of Leyland. Wally being pressed by Spadano. Spadano does well, wins possession back for the Perth Pumas. Little ball around the corner for Meekins. So back to Byrne. Meekins across the court for Spadano. 1v1 against Kiardi. On a great turn by Meekins for the shot. Saved by Annie Leyland. Cow. Byrne pressing. Wins herself a sideline kick in for the Perth Pumas. Little touch to Spadano across the court for... Oh, and it's cut out by Ridley. West Coast Cobras almost back in possession, and that's a shot from Spadano for the third Perth Pumas goal. Just a little miss pass by the West Coast Cobras, giving Spadano the ball straight in front of goal. West Coast Cobras now back into their fifth man play, as they were at the end of the first half. Ranieri running it. Annie Leyland holding the ball perhaps a little bit too long in that situation. Luckily, Perth Pumas' Zoe Spadano sends the ball out for a West Coast Cobras sideline kick-in. Ranieri moving slowly. West Coast Cobras need to move the ball a little bit quicker in their fifth man if they want to pick apart the Perth Pumas defence. And that's a yellow card given to Sarah Ranieri, the West Coast Cobras number 3. Bit of a professional foul from Sarah Ranieri, stopping the Perth Pumas getting a shot on an open goal. Byrne plays John, cut out by Continaboli, going forwards. Takes a shot into the feet of Byrne for a West Coast Cobras side kick-in. Leyland opted to stay in a goal for this play. On the ball over the top from Ranieri. A little bit too far for for Cal, sorry. Ball from Battaglia to Meekins. Sends it to the feet of Cal, and somehow the Perth Pumas still end up with possession. Ridley against Spadano. Sent out for a West Coast Cobras side kick-in. Continaboli subbing for Eleanor Bates. Bit of confusion on the West Coast Cobras side, whether they will be pushing Annie Leyland forward for this play or not. Oh, and it's a nice little ball over the top from Bates. Just not quite in the path of Ridley's run. Spadano now. Byrne. Back to Spadano. Spadano against Cow. Meekins in the middle. Perth Pumas doing a great job moving around the West Coast Cobras defence. Meekins to Spadano down the line, 1v1 against Cow. Finds herself in the middle of the court. The ball from Byrne. Not quite where Abby Meekins wanted it. Leyland now going forward for the West Coast Cobras. Another fifth man play. Cobras at this point down 3-0 with only 10 minutes left of this half. Or 10 minutes left of this entire match, I should say. Really need to start scoring themselves some goals if they want to get themselves back in the game. Oh, and the ball's cut out by Spadano. Oh, and she just misses a 4th goal for the Perth Pumas. Leyland again, making her way up the court. Cobras taking a little bit of time to sort themselves out and get in positions. Ridley, ball down the line for Leyland. Great job by Ridley, blocking the shot of Battaglia. Cal stepping off the court for Kant. 2 very young players on this West Coast Cobras side. Continental Bates. Oh, great ball through the middle from Continental. West Coast Cobras done well to stop the goal from the shot from Battaglia going in the back of the net. Really can't afford to concede during these 5th man plays. Can't. Plays the ball back to Bates. Can't. Oh, great diagonal ball from Can't. And the shot blocked by Byrne. Bates, across the court to Can't. Back to Bates. Diagonal ball again. Ridley for the West Coast Cobras, getting herself in good positions during the 5th man plays. It's just great defensive positioning by the Perth Pumas, cutting out those balls. Can't against Spadano. Leyland against Meekins. Continental in the middle of the court. Oh, she still has the ball. Cobras need to press the ball. They've all dropped off for some reason. They really need to press the ball and win it back. They have no goalkeeper. Leyland jumping off the court for Sarah Ranieri in goals for this 5th man play. Great ball to Ridley. Oh, and the shot from Battaglia hits the back of the net. It's exactly what the West Coast Cobras didn't want during their 5th man. Bring the score to 4-0 to the Perth Pumas. It's a great shot from Shivani Battaglia. A lot of goalkeepers take those shots while defending 5th man, and not a lot of them get them in. On the ball across from Continental over the head of Ridley. And that's a timeout called for the Perth Pumas. Perth Pumas, I think, just calling a timeout to have a little break and stop any West Coast Cobras momentum that they've been building up in their 5th man plays during the second half. It's a great tactic from the Perth Pumas. They're up 4-0, so they've got a lot of wiggle room to just relax and defend for the rest of this half. Only 6 minutes 25 to go. West Coast Cobras really need to start pressing the ball, winning it back early when they give it away during their 5th man, or during any play really, when they're down 4-0 with only 6.5 minutes to go. Whistle calling all the players back on the court. believe it's a goalkeeper throw from Battaglia. Ball over the top from Battaglia, cut out by Cow. Oh, Continent Bowley playing a ball around the corner. Still finds the feet of Bate somehow. Cow tries to take on Richie. Richie does a good job sending the ball out. Leyland's back on the court for the West Coast Cobras and going forwards. Oh, and a great turn from Cow. Sends the ball in the middle. Can't quite find the feet of Ridley. Somehow Ridley still ends up with the ball. Cow on the corner for the West Coast Cobras. Oh, and it's cut out by Richie, who chooses not to shoot. Shot eventually comes from Boubier, but Bates has had time to get back and defend the goal. Oh, and Cow sends a stray ball to the feet of John. Again, no goalkeeper. Oh, and the ball from Bates straight to Woolley. West Coast Cobras just giving the ball away. Ridley on the ball. Can she keep it? Oh, and the shot from Ridley blocked by Boubier. Little shot over the top from John. That's a great little touch from Bates. Stopping the Perth Pumas. Scoring their 5th goal of the match. Oh, and an excellent block from Richie. Almost gets the Perth Pumas their 5th goal. Battaglia. Woolley. Woolley sends the ball out down the line. West Coast Cobras with a chance to go forward. Cow against Woolley. On the ball over the top from Ranieri, sent to John. Luckily sends it back to the feet of Continent Bowley. Continent Bowley now in the middle. And she just can't quite get enough weight behind the shot. Ball over the top from Battaglia. That's what the West Coast Cobras want. Giving themselves position back. On the ball from Leyland. A little bit too wide for Continent Bowley to get it under control. Cow pressing up on John. Does a great job, wins herself possession back. Leyland moving forward. Ridley moving up the court. Minute 30 of regular time left in this match before stop clock. Ball down the line from Continent Bowley. Oh, Leyland with the header. That's a good save by Battaglia. She's going to take another shot. Oh, and if Ranieri wasn't there in the way, dare say that would have been a 5th goal for the Perth Pumas. Boubier plays Richie. And the West Coast Cobras now calling a timeout. The West Coast Cobras' momentum in 5th man was definitely disrupted by the Perth Pumas timeout. They seem to be giving away possession just a little bit too easily. Perth Pumas, like I said at the last timeout, don't really have much to do now, just sit back and defend. And they've won this match. 2 minutes 52 left of this match. The West Coast Cobras need at least 4 goals. Sarah Ranieri, Annie Leyland moving forwards. Kontinaboli. Ball across the court for Leyland, looking to take her first time left foot shot. Sorry, that was her right foot. Ball over the top for Woolley. Sends it in the middle, cut out by Kontinaboli. Oh, and that's a great ball from Ranieri for the run of Katie. Ball over the top from Battaglia, cut out by Ranieri. Kontinaboli now dispossessed by Woolley. Boubier in the middle, Chiari, does a great job getting the ball back. That's a shot from Jessica Byrne for the Perth Pumas, sent out by Annie Leyland. Byrne on the ball against Ridley. Ridley does a great job winning possession. 1v1 against Boubier on Byrne. Great tracking to get back and defend. Ridley gets the shot off, sends it just right of the post. Battaglia sends the ball over the top for Jan. Boubier now in the middle against Ridley. Ranieri for Chiari. Yes, Leyland going forwards. West Coast Cobras have a 5v3 situation. Byrne not coming back, and that's a goal for the West Coast Cobras. Jana Ridley sending that ball into the back of the net for the first goal for the West Coast Cobras. And it looks like the Perth Pumas are going to push Battaglia forwards for a fifth man play. Guess they want some practice. They figure they're up 4-1. Woolley controlling the fifth man play. Oh, great little flick down the line by Byrne for Boubier. There is less than a minute left of this half for the West Coast Cobras. I think the Perth Pumas are definitely getting the 3 points from this match. Leyland does a great job stopping the ball from the Perth Pumas going forwards. Oh, and the pass straight into the line of Byrne. Byrne with a great turnaround, Ranieri. Shot blocked by Chiari. Didn't quite see what happened there, but Jess Byrne has just been informed Jess Byrne has hit her head on one of the girls' feet or knees as she was falling down. Take a quick little break. Make sure that she's okay, and we'll be back with the last seconds of this half.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
We are back. Jess Byrne has stepped off the court. She seemed okay though, walked off by herself. So hopefully there is no issue there. The West Coast Cobras now. Only 14 seconds of stop clock left for the West Coast Cobras. Woolley bringing the ball forwards. Little shot from Woolley. Last play for the West Coast Cobras. Leyland sends it over the top. On Kontanaboli, almost with the volley. 1 second remaining on the clock. And that is time for the first Women's Superliga match of the day. Score is 4-1 to the Perth Pumas. Goal scorers for the Perth Pumas are number 8, Abby Meekins, number 1, Shivani Battaglia, number 12, Zoe Spadano, and number 15, Piper Boubier. And the West Coast Cobras, number 29, Jana Ridley. We will be back in just a moment with the Men's Superliga match between the Northern Hawks and the